And welcome to the nest for... And we're back. Welcome to the nest. We got game starting right now. It's 4:30 on a lovely Friday afternoon at the nest. We got visiting Terra Trojans against the JV Hawks today. On the mound for the Hawks, we got Aiden Kirkley with the first pitch in there. It was a foul ball for strike one. I'm going to welcome Bill to the booth. Bill, how's it going?
Oh, it's going well, Jason. I'm fired up to be here today. Excited for some Hawks baseball on this beautiful day.
Definitely. For the Hawks, catching today, we have Ever Espa behind the plate. That 0-2 count was a ball outside. Around the infield from left to right, we have Kenjo Vogt. We have Hank Murray, Andrew Cohen, and Henry Bennett. That was a low for ball two. We got a 2-2 count. In the outfield from left field, we have DePippa, Weber, and Miller getting the start today. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for the first out of the game. That was batting for the visiting Trojans. That was Ekstrand, and coming to the plate now is Zeno, well, it says here 21, but we're going to go with number 8 since that's what I'm seeing with my eyes. We got started a little bit late here with a couple technical difficulties. That pitch was a foul to the backstop. Got a 0-1 count.
Well, it's a good start by Aiden. He's got to be fired up to kick things off with a quick strikeout.
That was a little high ball one, 1-1. Yeah, we had a great game against Terra on Tuesday. It was a 10-0 win in 6 innings. It was hit to right field, or second base. That was right field. Second baseman Andrew Cohen made the play for out number 2.
Yeah, I wasn't able to make it to that away game, but it sounded like things went pretty well for the Hawks.
It did go pretty well. It was 10-0. Tam had 10 hits, 7 walks, and 2 Ks, and Terra had 2 hits, 1 walk, and 6 Ks. First pitch to the new batter, Withers, is high for ball 1.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say Hank took a pitch for Hank, and Sean Miller pitched for the Hawks. That was a swing and a miss, strike 1. And Hank pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 4 Ks. So another great outing by Murray. That was swing and a miss for strike 2. Sean pitched 2 innings, had no hits, no walks, and 2 Ks. So it was a great outing by Sean Miller.
That's great. I know Hank's been pitching really well lately. Good to see him continue that.
That was a ground ball. Speaking of Hank, that was a ground ball that Hank Murray, shortstop, picks it up and throws on to Henry Bennett for out number 3. And that's a quick 12-pitch inning for the Hawks, and they're going to come to bat in a second. And leading off for the Hawks is going to be, again, Hank Murray. It's coming up a lot in the last couple minutes. Dylan Whitmore and Ryder Weber. This is our 5th MCal game of the year so far, or 6th MCal game, it looks like.
Is it 6? Okay.
Yeah, we played 2 against MC and we split them. 2 against Santa Fe, which we won with the comeback win against Santa Fe, and this will be our 2nd against Terra. And I think we have a little break from MCal after this.
Well, it's funny. I know volleyball just finished midway through their season, and there are 8 teams in the MCal Volleyball League. They played all 7, then they started with the second batch. So I wonder if baseball has fewer teams for JV.
It does. So that's actually next week is what I'm referring to as Branson week, because Branson does not have a JV. Our JV is playing a game against Terra again next Thursday. We actually play Terra Saturday and Thursday, and neither of those games count toward MCal. We don't play Branson because they don't have a JV team. And there's going to be a week as well when varsity plays Redwood that we won't have any games likely. So we'll have to, there'll be a couple weeks there.
All right. Well, we got a bit of a delay on our home plate cam. I'm going to cut us over to the first base cam for a sec and see if we could fix this home plate cam. I heard this happen the other day for the freshman game.
Maybe that explains why we're not getting audio out of it.
All right, now I brought back the home plate cam, and it looks like it's current. Let's go back to this.
All right. Always
There we go.
technical difficulties in the booth.
Now it's speeding up and catching up. Look at that.
Oh. No, I think Terra is just that quick. The catcher has got the best pop time in all of MCAL, I think.
All right, now it looks like it just rushed, and now we're current.
All right, so heading to the plate for the JV Hawks is Hank Murray leading off. Just off that plate, shortstop, which was nice throw to first base for the third out of the top of the first inning. On the mound for the visiting Trojans, it looks like we have Scalfini pitching. First pitch was a called strike one. Then we have left to right in the infield, Koshikawa, Zeno, Hammond, and Withers. In the outfield, we have Minot, Behringer, and Dotson. Next pitch was high for ball one. We got a 1-1 count. So, yes, we have a couple weeks where we're not going to have MCAL games. And we have some other games I think the coaches have done a good job filling in those kind of bare weeks with other non-league games, which is great. It was hit up to left field by Hank. And it looks like the left fielder's under it and makes the grab for out number one.
Nice poke by Hank. I know I heard these boys were talking about the last game, saying they were facing some pitchers who had a little bit less velocity than they were used to. And so guys were excited to get a piece. I think that's going to be one of the keys to the game for the Hawks today, is to make sure they stay patient and they wait on the ball and they don't get overly eager to start hacking at bad pitches to get a ball in play.
Definitely don't want to do that. First pitch swinging. Dylan Whitmore pulls it, and it bounces over the fence, maybe toward a car. But that's all right. We don't mind for strike one. So Dylan's coming out swinging, which we like as well. The Terra Linda pitchers did get beat up a little bit, although number 13, who I don't have a number for, did pitch 3 innings and gave up only 2 hits, 1 walk, and one had 1 K and no earned runs. So they did well. And if I remember from the game, from watching it, he had a pretty good curveball that he was able to locate.
Okay.
Which was keeping our guys off balance. It was outside, ball 2.
So
the other 2 pitchers that pitched gave up the 10 runs.
That's what it was. Okay, yeah. It was bullpen.
Yeah. I don't remember the order of the pitchers, but yeah. So Terra Linda Dev, one guy who was able to throw strikes and locate, but I think they're still looking for the first win of the year. The fly ball to left field.
That's in the very similar spot. Oh, that's a short blooper to left. That's going to drop.
Yeah, it looked like the left fielder was playing in left center there a little bit. That was just a little bloop Texas leaguer hit.
Yeah, I mean, that was great by Dylan to go opposite field. They had a pretty big shift on him. Center fielder was way off in right center. Left fielder was shading off a bunch towards center, which opened it up for Dylan to just hit a little blooper in there. That was basically the same hit that Hank hit that was caught.
Yes, it was. Now batting for the Hawks is Ryder Weber. He's one of our hottest hitters of the year so far. He's batting a whopping .462.
Wow. Attaboy, Ryder. Stay hot.
He's leading the team. Actually, he's tied with Henry Bennett for leading the team in hits with 12 hits. Look at Dylan looking a big lead over there. Probably going to go. Does not go. First pitch is ball 1. Remember we talked about before how it feels like Tommy likes to run on the second pitch. We'll see if that happens this time. Dylan's got a good lead over there. And he's off going. Ryder swings and drives it. That's deep in center field.
Keep going.
Dylan rounded second. Looked like he had to stop and kind of touch second again. It looks like he kind of missed the base. And he's going to have to hold at third base because that was a great. And we're back again, thanks to the internet helping us out a little bit here. That was a big double by Ryder over the center fielder's head. Center fielder took a step in and they had to rush back and couldn't get back there in time. Lucas DePippa's batting now, and his first pitch was a ball, and that was a swing and a miss for strike 1. We got a 1-1 count with 1 out. Hawks looking to make some early noise, get a couple runs here. Basic should score 2. It was Ball high and outside. Is that?
We're waiting to come back up again.
Is that software still open?
And this is delayed. No, I closed it. I'm going to take off.
I think we're back.
Oh, yeah, and we're back.
We're still dealing with issues. There was a sac fly by Lucas DePippa that scored the first run of the game, so it is 1-0 Hawks. Ryder Weber's off to third. He's in safe with Henry Bennett at the plate with a strike one. So we got man on third, 2 outs, 0-1 count, bottom of the first, Henry Bennett at the plate. As I mentioned before, Henry is also one of our hotter hitters, although he's got 12 hits on the year this year and 9 RBIs. Ground ball to third. Third baseman picks it up, throws to first. Can't scoop it. That's going to score a run. Henry's going to run to second, and the Hawks will take a 2-0 lead. So the third baseman didn't quite have enough on that one, and the first baseman couldn't quite scoop it up.
Well, smart play by Ryder. He was running home on that. 2 outs. He's not going to take anything for granted. He touched home plate as that throw got away from first. It's a nice curveball coming in from the outside on our left-handed batter. We got double nickel up at the plate.
Yeah, Sean Miller's to the plate with an 0-1 count. 2-0 now. Henry's got to lead off. Henry's heading to third base. It's up. The catcher can't quite hang on to it. Henry's going to get in easily to third base. It's going to be a 1-1 count to Sean now.
Yeah, Henry was basically reading that windup from that pitcher, seeing that he's not paying attention to him, and he's also has a bit of a slow motion to home. So he was midway to third by the time he threw that pitch. Easy steal.
Easy steal. Sean looks in. It's low inside, ball for a 2-1 count. Next up for the Hawks on deck is going to be the pitcher Aiden Kirkley, followed by Andrew Cohen. See if they can keep the 2-out rally. I guess the rally started with 1 out with the sac fly to score in the first run, but see if we can keep it going. Sean watches that ball. 3-1 count. This pitcher's kind of a sidearm pitcher.
Yeah, he's coming in from the side and, has a little bit of a curve, it seems like, and maybe a slider.
Yeah, definitely funky.
Yeah.
Sean swings and hits a pop fly to left field. The left fielder made the catch for out number 3.
That was a great catch. That ball was dropping short, and he came in running on it. And I thought for a second that thing might drop, but left fielder made a nice play on the ball.
He did. So after 1 inning, we have a 2-0 game. The Hawks leading 2-0, and due up for the visiting Terra Linda Trojans is going to be Hammond, Behringer, and Koshikawa. We've had two of our pitchers, Aiden Kirkley and Hank Murray, have been pitching really well this year. They both have dominated most of their outings for sure, and they've been 2 of our more reliable pitchers. Henry Bennett's also done a really great job out there on the mound this year.
Yeah, the Hawks pitching staff's been doing great this year, getting their team off to some really good starts, getting them deep into a lot of these games, it seems like, without a lot of runs.
Yeah, we only have, looks like, 6 guys that have really done a lot of pitching this year. With just 2 games a week, it's manageable, and we get a nice little break coming up here, as I mentioned, with Branson week next week. So no changes in the field for the Hawks this inning, and batting for Terra Linda is going to be Hammond. As the coach races over to first base. Got some home plate audio now as well. Yeah. It's all coming together.
It's all coming together.
First pitch is a called strike. Ball 1. Aiden's pitched this year 20 innings so far, which does lead the team. with Hank followed him with 16 innings and Henry with 11. The ball 2, 2-1 count. It's a ground ball off the side, foul, strike 2. Did you watch any of the opening day baseball yesterday?
I did not. I heard the Giants had a good day, but I did not watch any of it. Did you get a chance to check it out?
I watched a little bit of it, and then I kind of listened to the end. It was an exciting end. The Giants pulled it out. Ground ball to second base. Andrew Cohen picks it up. On to first for the out. Out number 1.
Yeah, so I heard the Giants came back with like a 4-run comeback late in the game or something like that.
They did. It was so the green for the Cincinnati Reds did a really good job, and the Giants struck out 17 times, which is almost a record.
Oh my!
Which is not good. But Ramos got a first pitch is a pop fly to Henry Bennett, and he catches it. 1 pitch, 1 out. It's my favorite.
There you go.
You hear me say it many times. So Green dominated. So did the relievers, actually. But Ramos was able, after a walk to Lee, Ramos hit a 2-run homer, which made the score 3-2. And then with 2 outs in the 9th, we had first and third, and Bailey got a hit. First pitch to Koshikawa is a called strike. Bailey got a ground ball hit to tie it, and then Wilmer Flores hit a home run to give us a 3-run lead, which was key. Pitch number 2 is a called strike.
Attaboy, Wilmer.
Yeah, but in the inning, Lee had the leadoff walk, which was huge. That was a ground ball to Henry at first. He's going to pick it up and take it, and that'll retire the Trojans in the top of the second. So 2-0, we're heading to the bottom of the second inning, and due up for the Hawks is going to be Kirkley, Cohen, and Vogt.
That's a nice quick inning for Aiden. Kind of nice to get yourself back into the dugout after not too much time, get yourself ready for your at-bat.
Yeah, he's really pounding the strike zone, which we talked a lot about. That his last outing, he didn't walk any. He pitched 6 1/3 and didn't walk a single batter. We talked about today with Terra, not being the best offensive team, to make sure to continue to pound the strike zone. Don't let them hit the ball. Let your team make the plays and keep it a low pitch game. Yeah,
exactly. Trust your defense. There's a strong fielding team here in this JV Hawks team. Let these guys put the ball in play and let your defense do the work.
That's what we'd like to see.
I just bought my tickets to a San Francisco Giants game recently. If folks aren't aware, the varsity program is going to play a game at AT&T Park. Sorry, Oracle Park it is now. And to do that, they need to sell a certain amount of tickets to Giants games, 3 different select Giants games. So if you buy one of tickets to one of those 3 games using a link that you could find on the Tam High Boosters site, you get a ticket to that Giants game as well as a ticket to the Tam game, which is
April 12th. Right?
April 12th, right, a week from Saturday, the Saturday of the end of spring break.
Which game did you buy tickets for?
You know what? I don't even remember. It was June 6th. Oh, it's against the Padres, and it's on a Wednesday night, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We were looking at maybe going to the Rockies game, which is a Friday night, which is another one of the options. Aiden Kirkley steps into the plate, and the first pitch from Scalafini was outside, ball 1. Well, we have not purchased our tickets yet, but I'm waiting to do that, get that done. But yeah, we want to be fun because I think they're looking to make it a tradition, right? Every year the varsity can play.
Yeah, it's a risk because they have to sell a good amount of tickets. It's like, I want to say it's like 10 or 20 grand worth of tickets.
So the value of the tickets.
The value of the tickets. Okay. The value of the tickets. And we're playing against Petaluma. Petaluma has to do the same thing. And we had to put up a guarantee that we would cover that cost if we didn't sell those tickets. So if those tickets don't sell, it's going to be on the Tam High baseball team to raise some money to cover it.
Do we know where we are currently?
I think we are on track. We are doing well, but
we have an in with the Giants ticket people if we need it.
Oh yeah,
Casey Fahey, I believe, works for.
Oh yeah, she works for ticketing.
She, I think, is the head ticketing accountant, I believe.
All right.
There's a called strike to Aiden, the 3-1 count. So it was a 3-0 count to Aiden. You kind of let that go, the little Spin it in there. So we got a 3-1 count, no outs.
Yeah, our president of the Boosters, Darren Firestein, had a call with the Giants last week, and I think things are looking good, but we're not there yet. So we're counting on more ticket sales coming in. And so back to your comment about it being an annual thing, if this works well, we keep doing it.
Maybe a lot of these guys on the JV will be that team next year. That was a called strike to Aiden outside. He thought it was a ball. It was not. So he's back in there. Full count.
Ooh.
And that one, don't think it hit him, but it was behind him. So
yeah.
that will be a ball for him. So that's a leadoff walk for the Hawks. And coming to the plate is Andrew Cohen. So we encourage, if anyone's listening, to buy tickets to the Giants using the link on the Booster site, or reach out to any of your favorite Hawk baseball players for a link to buy tickets, and let's get this done. We definitely want to support varsity and the Giants, and I believe all of the proceeds go to a charity. I think is part of the deal.
Oh, really?
I think a lot of the money, that's part of it's like a fundraiser.
Okay.
Is why the Giants are willing to host these high school baseball teams.
That makes sense.
That was a hit to left field by Andrew. Hit deep. He's under it and makes the grab. Kirkley was off to second base and is going to have to head back, not tagging up on the play. That was a well-hit ball, almost to the base of the fence there.
Yeah, I mean, that looked like he was probably about, 5 or 10 feet shy of the fence. Left fielder really had to run and get himself into the corner to make that play. Nice glove, and Andrew's got to feel good with that hit, but he's got to feel a little robbed too, man. That was a well-hit ball.
It was. It's one of the challenges with a pitcher that doesn't throw very hard. It's all muscle.
Yeah, it's hard to get pace on a ball coming in slow.
It is. The harder they throw, the easier it is to. The harder they throw, it's harder to hit the ball. But if you hit it, it's going to go a lot farther. Batting now for the Hawks with one out is Kenjo. He's takes first pitch, ball inside, the inside turn there. Aiden's off to second. That's a wide that's going to be standing up. Michael to third. Tommy's going to hold it for ball 2. 2-0 count. So we do have some work to do, so we need to get it out to people to start buying Giants tickets. It'd be nice if we could kind of organize. I was talking to Lindsay, my wife, about that, about trying to organize groups on teams to go to certain games.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Get a crew of folks together.
Ground ball left side. Shortstop picks it up, throws to first. Kenjo beats it out to be safe.
Attaboy Kenjo, way to outrun that. He was going hard off the start. That was a bouncing grounder to short that he had to come in and wait on. Didn't have a whole lot of time left to make that throw.
He did, and he kind of let it come to him instead of really charging. It was a slow hit ball. You got to charge that and make a nice. It's a hard play, but
yeah.
We have first and second now with top of the lineup. We're going to have Hank Murray, who's 0 for 1 today. He hit a fly ball to left. First pitch, Aiden's gone to third. It's a throw. It's high. He's in there safe. Kenjo advanced smartly to second base as well. So we got an 0-1 count, a 1-0 count? 1-0 count.
1-0 count.
And we have runners in second, third now for the leadoff hitter with 1 out.
I think Aiden was going on his own on that pitch. I think he was reading that windup just like we saw in the last inning. I forget who we had who stole that base in the last inning. Henry Bennett.
Yeah.
Who,
line drive, left field, hit by Hank. He's going to hit it hard enough for Kenjo to come around and score. I was kind of worried for a second there that it wasn't going to be. I mean, it was hit too hard to score Kenjo, but Kenjo was aggressively running. I like it.
Yeah, he's challenging that left fielder to make a play. He came in and did not hesitate coming around third. Coach Tommy sent him, and he dug in and he got it. That was a great shot by Hank Murray. Found the gap between short and third to get that ball in the left field.
Yeah, it was a hard hit ball. That's why at first I wasn't sure Kenjo was going to be coming, but as you mentioned, Tommy gave him the green light, and it's scored 2 runs on that. That was a nice hit, 2 RBIs. It's now 4-0 Hawks with 1 out, and Dylan Whitmore's at the plate. First pitch is outside, ball 1.
Yeah, you can see the Hawks are coming out early on in this game challenging some of the arms on this TL field. On the base paths with some aggressive stealing, as well as taking some chances on throws coming in from the outfield. And just like that, we're going to challenge this guy's arm. There's no throw to be made here. That ball is too deep.
Yep.
Hank Murray advances to third on a wild pickoff.
And his coach just called a timeout to come talk to his pitcher. Probably a little bit rattled. Try to calm him down a little bit. It's tough when you have those types of plays that happen. He was definitely doing a job trying to keep Hank as close as possible because he knows the last couple guys have stole third on him, which is exactly what you want to see him doing. But really, the shortstop needs to make that catch.
I like that Tommy tends to give his runners some leeway out there. He'll tell his runners, hey, if you got a good read on this guy and you feel like you're getting a good lead and good jump, go for it. He gives them a kind of a green light to make their decision if they get the right situation.
That's great. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I like the aggressive base pass and running and making things happen.
I don't think he has that on all the time. Mm-hmm. Sometimes he will tell them though, hey, if you get a situation with this pitcher, go for it.
That's great. Situational baseball is what we like to see. As I was going back to a story from I guess last inning, talking about the Giants, is that one of the keys in that ninth inning was Lee led off with a walk, got on base, and then I think Chapman got a hit, and Lee went first to third, and so we had first and third with. Actually, there might have been a strikeout to start off. I think it was first and third with one out, which kind of set up the Giants comeback. First pitch to Dylan is high for ball one. And key baseball for the Giants this year, even though they struck out 17 times, which is not a good number, is to make sure you're getting those walks and going first or third and kind of doing those little things in baseball to set up that win. Pitch to Dylan is popped up, foul. The catcher's under it, and he makes the catch. That was a nice play by the catcher. Those are not easy. For out number 2.
Yeah, the catcher got turned around a little bit. It's always tricky when that ball shoots straight up and you don't know which way it's going. Lost his bearings a little bit, but gathered him enough to just make that catch. Nice play.
That was Ekstrand who made that. Now Ryder Weber is back at the plate, who is 1 for 1. He might have put himself over the 500 mark for the year after that last double last time. Up there. First pitch. Called strike one.
Oh, he's thinking about that pitch. That pitch hung there for him for a sec. He's hoping he gets that one again.
Ryder's also leading the team in 2 other categories. One is runs, and the other one is hit by pitch.
HBP.
He's got 6 on the year so far. First pitch was ball, 1-1.
Just like Coach from Cheers. He always led the league in getting hit by a pitch.
Someone's got to be the leader in that, right?
Yeah.
Next pitch called strike 2. 1-2 count. We got 2 outs and Hank Murray on third base.
Somebody just ordered some popcorn at Snack Shack. I can smell it, Jason. I have a hard time resisting popcorn when I smell it. I might need to make a run at some point.
Are they giving the popcorn to us, or we have to request our own?
I think we have to go ask for it. I thought I had it in my rider.
We should. Well, we really need a little intercom in the booth. Too. Maybe that's part of the remodel of the booth, is we need to have like an intercom to the Snack Shack to like have deliveries or Uber Eats or something.
Now you're talking. We're gonna rig that up. We could do that with a couple Motorola walkie-talkies. Let's fire that up.
Requesting 2 LaCroix and some hot popcorn. That offering up to Ryder was fouled out of play. It's 2-2.
Dan Murray could get his corn nuts and ramen chicken instant noodle soup delivered.
I like it.
Hank Murray's spending a lot of time at third. He's really hoping somebody could help him out here.
He is. Ryder's battling up there at the 2-2 count with 2 outs. Ryder's looking to add a hit to swing and a fly ball deep left field. Left fielder heads back. He gets under it. I think they learned from the last at bat to play Ryder deep. He was already pretty deep. He makes a nice grab.
Yeah, makes that grab. It's hard to tell distance here, but it looks like he was probably 10 10 or 12 feet from the fence, pretty close to the warning track.
Yeah, it kind of went left center on that. Again, it's like you got to pull it to more left field to get it out. So
Yeah, we got a little breeze. Is it blowing out? Yeah, it's blowing out. If the boys could, we've had a couple of good shots to left. They've all been a little high. If any of these guys could change that launch angle a little bit, they might be able to get one over that fence.
That would be fun. Be our first. We haven't had a home run on JV yet. I don't know how many times JV gets home runs. I think varsity hits a fair amount because it's somewhat of a short porch over there left, although we don't know the distance.
We don't,
officially.
But we're working on that.
It's in the works. It's in the works. So far today, Aiden Kirkley has thrown 22 pitches in 2 innings of work with a very nice 68% strike, which the line that I always have come to learn is 60% or higher for a strike percent for a pitcher is what you're looking for.
I did not know that. That's a good number.
It means you're not walking. If you pitch a guy, I guess 6 pitches, you'll strike him out before you walk him.
Yeah. Well, if you throw too many strikes, you're not making that pitcher, you're not baiting him at all to chase anything.
Yes.
You've got a 0-2 count. You don't always want to throw a strike.
Definitely not. So you're not going for 100%, but you definitely above 60. If you're below 60 is when you're probably walking a lot of people. Second pitch of the inning is a ground ball to third base. Kenjo picks it up, throws a first in time for out number 1 in the top of the 3rd inning. Nice play by Kenjo.
Yeah, Kenjo was moving to his left well, cut off his shortstop, gloved it cleanly, and made the throw on the run.
Kenjo's starting to round into game shape here. He had a broken wrist from a snowboarding accident. And, started the season with the brace still on, and got it off, and is definitely working his way back into game shape.
Yeah, it's good to see him back out there.
First pitch to number 5, Minot, was a called strike, and then the second pitch was a ball. We got a 1-1 count with 1 out. Swing and a miss, strike 2. You can see Kenjo came in there and kind of cut it off and made that play. Easy throw to first, giving himself plenty of time. That was a low for a ball, kind of squirted away to the backstop. Outside, ball, working a full count. The 8th batter of the game, Minot. Swing and miss, strikeout for the second out.
That's a nice pitch. So 8th batter, so we're getting at the 9th batter in the 3rd inning. Is that right?
That is the 9th batter in the 3rd inning.
We have not had any runners, have we?
We have not.
All right. Or I should say TL has not had any runners.
First pitch swinging, foul to the backstop for strike 1. Dotson, number 24, is batting. Next offering is low, ball 1. Got a 1-1 count with 2 outs.
Well, we got a couple of viewers tuning in on TamTV. If you're out there, let us know. Let us know in the chat. Hit us up. Let us know what player you're excited to see, and let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know if you have any questions, if you have any issues with the broadcast.
That was a called strike 3. So it was 3 up, 3 down that inning for the Hawks as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 4-0. The Hawks are leading, and due up for the Hawks is going to be DePippa, Bennett, and Miller. Looks like we have a new pitcher coming out for, if I hear the visiting coach, Terra Linda.
So when I was not watching that Giants game yesterday, I was watching the Hawks boys varsity volleyball game yesterday. I was doing TamTV for them. They had a great matchup against Redwood, which is their rivalry. They're also the 2 best teams in the county right now. expected to go to the MCAL finals likely. And and boy, did they have a battle yesterday. Volleyball, you play best of 5 sets, and Tam Hawks came out blazing, played really strong, won the first 2 sets off of Redwood, and then just could not hang on. Redwood won the next 3 sets to take the match. It was a heartbreaker for the boys, but they played really well.
Oh, nice. That was against Redwood?
That was Redwood, yeah.
That's the other. I remember you saying that's the other good team, and
one
of the other good teams in MCAL.
Well, they played them. They played them last week. Tam went to Redwood and hung in with them for most of the first set, and then lost, and then could not hold, and basically lost in 3 straight sets. Yesterday they did a lot better. Oh, nice. Still couldn't hold on, but hopefully there's a sign of progress that will continue until the next time they see them, hopefully in the MCAL finals.
That's great. It's good. Definitely good to come back and give them a little bit more fight that second time.
Yeah.
It's always good to beat Redwood, so if the next time they see them is the final and they beat them, we'll be very excited about that. We have a new pitcher for Terra Linda, number 9. I don't know who number 9 is. So
yeah, we don't have a number 9 in our lineup card.
No, so we're just going to go with number 9's pitching now.
9 times.
He's warming up here. He seems to be a little bit wild.
All right, just hit the bull.
Yeah. I think Varsity's playing Terra Linda right now at Terra Linda. Tam Varsity won 4-0 to Terra Linda on Tuesday here while we were up at Terra Linda. And I believe Terra Linda's Varsity does have a pitcher who's pretty good that kind of held the Hawks down.
How deep is their pitching staff? Do we know? I mean, are we expecting to have another tough pitcher today?
I don't know. I don't think they have a very deep pitching staff, so we'll see. We can check in a little bit, see how the score is, but I don't know how many games they've won this year. I know they have one really strong pitcher who's maybe going D1.
Oh wow!
But I could have misinformation as well. It's fair. Lucas DePippa steps in for the Hawks, leading off. First pitch is a hit by pitch.
Well, Lucas is a big hitter. You know he's going up there looking for a hit. I'm sure he's not excited with a hit by pitch, but glad to help out his team, I bet. Get himself on a first, which is leadoff batter's job.
Yeah, a lot of these guys don't want to get hit. Lucas is off and running in the first pitch. He's in there easily. Henry Bennett's at the plate now, takes ball 1. Remember we talked about, was it two games ago? I remember when Ryder, we were talking about where he thought he got hit by the hip in the foot or not, and he claimed he did. And I did find out later that he did get hit in the foot, but he told the umpire no.
Yeah,
because he did not want to. So he technically has 7 hit by pitches, but
yeah, we've seen a couple cases of the Hawks getting hit and pretending nothing happened.
Next pitch to Henry Bennett's a called strike. It's a 1-1 count.
That happened to George when he ball brushed his jersey and he's pretending nothing happened.
Yep.
Ump made him get on first.
Lucas couldn't deny that one though. That was a direct hit.
Yeah.
Henry's up there ready to hit. High ball 2.
Well, they're trying to keep Lucas closer to second. Try not to give up third as they've been doing on the stolen base. That pitcher did not even look back, though, and I know Lucas saw that.
Henry swung at a pitch that was fairly high, and it's a pop fly to left field. Left fielder getting a lot of work today. Makes the catch and the out for out number 1. I think Henry got tired of looking at pitches over his head and decided to swing at one of them.
Yeah, you're going to see a little bit of that today as these Hawks all want to get a piece of these pitchers, and if they're not getting a pitch, they might give a little tomahawk just to get a ball in play.
They're holding on Lucas at second. He's getting a lot of attention from this pitcher. This pitch to Sean is low, ball 1. There's a lot of activity behind us over there, and the freshman Hawks in the cage are rowdy today. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
End of the week. They're rowdy. They're ready to go.
They're fired up to get in the cage.
Pitcher looks in. Lucas is off. Outside ball. And he successfully stole third.
Yeah, Lucas, I think, saw on more than one case that pitcher goes into his windup and doesn't even look back. And you do that a couple times, these Hawks runners are going to pick up on it, and they're going to get the third in a hurry.
Yes, they are. We got a runner on third down, which is Lucas. And Sean Miller's at the plate with a 2-0 count. Catcher called timeout to come talk to his pitcher. It looked like the catcher was a little frustrated there. I didn't see what happened. And maybe the third baseman didn't cover third, or there's a little bit of frustration there. I think the Terra is getting a little frustrated, but they need to focus on getting Sean out, not worrying too much about the runner at third. Next pitch. That looked good, but they called the ball.
Yeah, I think it was a little inside.
So a 3-0 count. It was inside, ball 4. So Sean gets the 4-pitch walk, and Aiden Kirkley comes to the plate. Aiden walked his last at-bat. Guessing Sean will be off and running. In quick order here. Sean's got some good speed, so definitely see him going. Sean's off. First pitch. Called strike. The catcher looked toward third just to make sure that Lucas wasn't going anywhere. High, ball 1.
Looked like he had a little bit of motion on that ball. Maybe a high slider or something?
Yeah, he's throwing a couple low, but he's definitely having trouble locating everything from kind of high up. Ball 2, 2-1.
But you got Sean Miller midway down third. Anything out of the infield, he's going to be around, and you can be sure he's going to try to make it home.
Well, the infield's in right now, which is trying to keep the score what it is right now. The called strike to Aiden, 2-2 count. I think Terra is trying to keep the score 4-0. Hard hit ball here should plate 1 or 2 runners, especially with Sean getting such a big lead off second.
Oh, yeah, that's going to do it.
Line drive to left field, and Sean is on his horse heading home. The relay comes, and he holds it. That's a 2 RBI hit by Aiden Kirkley to make it 6-0.
That was a great at-bat by Aiden. He was patient. He saw a bunch of pitches. He didn't chase any junk. And with 2-2, he got the pitch he wanted and just drove it. Nice line drive to left field to bring in 2 runs.
So we got 1 out, and batting for the Hawks is Andrew Cohen. The first pitch, swing and a miss. Andrew hit a deep fly ball to the left last time. That was, I think we saw at the warning track.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he went up to the plate thinking about that one. He was like, all right, I'm going to get this one.
He's looking to get it onto Miller, which I don't blame him. Be excited to have the first JV home run of the year. There's going to be someone's going to do it this year, and it's going to be probably Ryder, just because throw over to first. Aiden's back in safe. Lucas and Dylan both have the pop, but they're lefties.
That's right.
So of our righties, I think probably Ryder's hit the deepest fly balls, although Andrew's been close as well. So another throw over to first. Terra is a little more active keeping the runners close, which is trying to keep this game at 6-0. 1 out, throws it again.
I think they've had some home runs at practice.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know when during the tryouts for NorCal Black, one of our freshman players, Alex Radix, put one over the fence, which was pretty cool.
That's great.
He made that team.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, you hit a dinger over the fence, you generally kind of get yourself a spot on the team, I think, during tryouts. That
was a called strike. Aiden, after 4 or 5 throwers. The first went and slid in safe. So we got a runner on second, 1 out, and an 0-2 count to Andrew.
Andrew's got a little bit of the tee on his uni starting to come off.
Uh-oh.
He gets a head first slide. He's going to rip that guy off.
Foul ball out of play behind us. Didn't hit the freshmen who are wrestling in the cage right now, I believe. So that's going to be a still 0-2 count. Pitch high. Ball 1, 1-2 count. This is the 18th pitch of the inning for number 9. I still don't have a name for. He's working hard. Outside, ball 2. We play these guys again tomorrow, which I'm sure the coach is thinking about that. It's not a league game, but they still got to manage your pitching depth. Likely anybody who pitched on Tuesday for Terra Linda and for the Hawks. That's a hard hit fly ball to left field. Coming in, though, is a left fielder. Under it, makes the catch. And the runner, Kirkley, second base, stays put.
Well, that was a good at-bat by Andrew. He was patient. He had 2 strikes on him. He protected the plate well, got a ball he could hit, and just got a little under it. Made for a short pop for left field.
First pitch swinging by Kenjo to the shortstop, picks it up, throws to first. Not in time. Kenjo, another infield hit for Kenjo. And Aiden Kirkley with 2 outs was running and came home and scored. So we got a run, infield hit and a run for the Hawks.
Attaboy, Kenjo. Way to dig that one out, That brought in a run. That was a ball that, it was hit harder than his last one. Shortstop came in on it, but just did not have a whole lot of mustard on that throw.
Did not.
And Kenjo steals off that pitcher. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that once more from him. Playing pretty aggressive out there on the base paths.
They are. That was Hank Murray's at the plate now, so that was the first pitch, ball 1, with Kenjo stealing second. Next pitch is a lined foul. That evens the count at 1-1. Kenjo is definitely in scoring position at that point at second base right now at 7-0 in the bottom of the third. So we'll see if he does go or just gets a nice big lead. Second baseman looks to be covering. Ground ball, left side through the hole by Hank. That's going to score a run. Kenjo is off. 2 outs, Kenjo is off and running, and Hank heads over to second base on the throw.
Attaboy, Hank. Way to find that gap. I think he found that same gap last time. Isn't that right?
I think that's right. And looks like Hank's dropping off some gear over there. So,
these Hawks, as we've discussed before, they don't strike out much. Balls are always going in play. And sometimes when they're not getting hits, we talk about how they're just finding gloves and they need to be patient. And this is an example of that. They're patient. They're keeping balls in play, and now they are starting to find the gaps.
So it's 8-0 in the bottom of third, 2 outs, and Dylan Whitmore at the plate. Hank Murray on second. First pitch is high, ball 1. I know after the last game, the Hawks did win 10-0, but I think Coach Tommy was a little frustrated that the Hawks weren't kind of a little bit more aggressive early, and it took us a while to get to that. I say 6 innings to get to that 10 runs. And it looks like the Hawks heard the message from Tommy and have been a lot more aggressive with swinging the bat and on the base path today. Next pitch to Dylan was a ball to the backstop for a 2-0 count.
Yeah, I heard some of that feedback as well at our dinner table. Big win, but Tommy thought, you guys could play a little more aggressive, have a little bit better at bats, and prepare yourself for when you're facing a stronger team.
It was a called strike to Dylan, so we got a 2-1 count. Hank Murray is now at third base. Swing, hard ground foul by Dylan to even the count at 2-2 with 2 outs. Yeah, the Hawks have games where they seem to, put it all together. And today seems like one of those days where they're fielding, hitting, pitching, doing everything they need to do. That's a hard shot to center. Center fielder over, and he misses the ball, and that's going to roll past him. Score a run. Dylan's headed to third base, going to get in easily.
Well, that was a shot by Dylan. I don't know if that was a. You see the shortstop putting his hands over his head. Maybe he's going in to get some glasses.
I think that he did. I think got bitten by the low sun over the hill behind the TamTV field, which is
he looked right.
He's
in
turning around right now. You're going to see some halos for a while. So
yeah, you look at the shadow at home; it's kind of pointing straight at where that fielder was.
Yeah, so I think he's heading back out there right now with some sunglasses on. I think he lost that. There's a little home field advantage there for the Hawks.
So how do we score that one, Jason? Hit or an error?
That was an error.
Okay.
Yeah, should have caught it.
Off was it? It might have even been off the glove.
It might have been off the glove. It's a tough. I did a lot of research last year into when to score things in air and on who and everything else, and it kind of comes down to a judgment.
Yeah.
First pitch to Ryder Weber is ball one.
Oh yeah, I mean that center fielder, he was not he had a run to get in position, but he had established his position where that ball was coming down, and he just couldn't put a glove on it. So I agree, it's an error.
Ryder hits one to high to left field. The left fielder coming in is not going to get there. That's going to fall in for a hit and score the 10th run of the game. Dylan headed to third in the last play.
Well, that was a 9-iron. I mean, that ball was straight up, and it was even above our viewing area in the window booth. We couldn't see where that thing went.
We could not see it, and I think Ryder had earned the respect of Terra Linda for playing deep, and so they were playing pretty far back, which in this case helped out Ryder.
And he skied one to short left.
Yes.
Way to adjust.
Way to adjust. Now batting for Lucas DePippa is going to be number 19, Levi Burrows. First pitch to Levi is a called strike one. We still have 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. We got on first base, we have Ryder Weber. Next pitch is ball. So we got a 1-1 count to Levi, newly in the game, with Ryder on first and a 10-0 lead for the Hawks. Pitch is called strike. 1-2 count. Levi's another one of the Hawks that has some good speed. Get the ball in play. Ball, it's 2-2 with 2 outs.
Yeah, I'm sure Levi's excited to get a chance up at the plate. Seeing some of these other guys getting some hits, he wants to get some of that.
Definitely swinging, hits a pop fly. It's going foul. Third baseman's over. I think it's out of play.
It's out of play.
Out of play. It's hard to see from our booth. The count remains 2-2 with 2 outs. Levi's going to get back in there.
All right, we got a couple new viewers joining us on TamTV. Welcome.
And that one was inside and looked like it hit Levi on the elbow, so he's going to head down to first base, which brings to the plate another pinch hitter, Boston, number 23, for Henry Bennett.
Well, if you're just joining us, Hawks are having a good day against Terra Linda, up 10-0 in the fourth.
It's the bottom of the third.
Sorry, the bottom of the third. I was like, wait a minute. I was wondering about that. Because Aiden's only faced 9 batters.
He's only faced 9 batters indeed. First pitch was to Boston was a ball. Looks like Tommy's starting to put some other guys in, give them a chance to hit. And he's also, I think we're a little less aggressive on the base path, which is understandable given the 10-0 lead.
Yeah, starting to slow things down. No need to take extra bases in a situation like this. Let's just try to get some good play in.
Definitely. That pitch from Boston was fouled hard off to the right underneath the scoreboard. Next pitch is a ball, so we got a 2-1 count. I'm glad to see they got the scoreboard working. I think there was a little bit of concern before the game. The scoreboard wasn't turning on, but it did, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm glad they sorted that out. I don't know what happened there.
Obviously, our viewers have their own scoreboard that we're keeping up to date, but we have a big crew here. We have a scoreboard operator, we have a producer, we have our statistician. We have the announcers, obviously, Bill and I.
Well, what I like is that when something goes wrong, people come to us because now we're in the booth.
Ground ball to second, on to first for the out, and that'll end the inning. It's 10-0. Hawks, they add in. How many runs they add that inning? They added 6 runs that inning as we head to the top of the fourth.
Yeah, when the scoreboard doesn't work, people come to us and say, hey, how do you get the scoreboard to go on? I don't know. And then the umpire in the last game would come to us and tell us about substitutions and asking us to fix the scoreboard. So, yeah. Can't help you, buddy.
Sure.
Barking up the wrong tree.
Thumbs up. Let's see what I can do.
We just look official.
We don't really know what we're doing in here. We also got a crew of people in the snack shack, which we appreciate. Keeping everyone well fed.
That's right. Feeding them popcorn. More popcorn. I can smell it.
We got to get our order. Where's our intercom?
Yeah.
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
Looking at the Hawks defense this inning, we have a couple of changes. In center field, we now have Finn Sharples entering the game. Looks like we have
Ryan Bindeman coming to the game at second.
Second base for Andrew Cohen, number 10. And then
we've got, is that Boston running out the first?
Yeah, Boston's heading over to first. And then we got Levi, which we came in the game not to hit, is in left field. So we got, in the outfield now, we have Burrows, Sharples, Miller still in the game. And in the infield, we have Kenjo, Hank, Ryan, and Boston. First pitch from Aiden is low, ball 1. Leading off the top of the fourth inning for Terra is Ekstrand. Hits a ground ball to Kenjo at third, picks it up, throws on to first for out number 1.
You know, as a fielder, you really love it when you get a little chopper to third. You got to come in on it, and it just bounces right up at your belly button. You're like, all right, glove it, make the throw. Easy out.
Yes, having good hops. Good hops in the turf are always nice. Sometimes I worry that we played it. Terra is a classic grass field, and sometimes, those hops are not as predictable. But on turf, you should be good. Ground ball to shortstop. Hank Murray picks it up. Throw to first in time for out number 2. 1 pitch, 1 out.
There it is. The turf is tough, too, in its own way. I was here hitting fungos with George and another freshman player, Hudson, on Sunday. And there's a patch of replacement turf over at third from where people slide in. And when the ball hits that patch, boy, does it want to hop.
New springy.
Yeah.
First pitch to number 3 hitter, Withers, is low for ball 1. Looks like there's a replacement patch at first base over there, too. It looks like you see a little...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know you're going to get a good hop off that thing, I'll tell you.
Yeah, the first baseman's got to field it before then. That next pitch from Aiden was a called strike. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Low, ball 2. 2-1 count. Pitch was in there for a called strike. 2-2.
That's a great pitch. Hitting the low corner, low part of the strike zone.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that makes it for a quick 1-2-3 fourth inning for Terra.
Well, just like that, at the end of 4 innings pitched, Aiden has faced 12 batters.
He's faced 12 batters. That was an 8-pitch inning. Due up for the Hawks is going to be Miller, Kirkley, Bindeman.
So a little update on some of our capital improvement projects here, Jason.
Tell me, please.
Yeah, we've been talking about a couple games ago. We said, we should get a bigger booth, and I'm excited to convey that we are going to get a bigger booth. We've presented it to the board at the boosters. We've gotten buy-in from our AD Nathan and our TAM baseball coaching staff, and we've quoted out the project. We voted on it, and it passed. So keep on the lookout for a replacement to this old shack that I'm kind of starting to call it home. I'm gonna be sad to see it go for a minute.
It is a little bit of home. We last year, I think when we were freshman parents, Dan and I did most of our broadcasting outside, sitting in chairs from a table, which was nice. But this year I think we started this one day because it was raining, and I think you and I came in and set it all up in the booth, and it was kind of find like our new home in here, where you kind of get a great view of what's going on, but it is a little cozy. It is a little hole in the floor.
It's a little cozy, especially with 3 people. Well, I think all the games to date, for the most part, have been broadcast from a table outside. I don't think anybody's used this in a while. And I know for varsity, they have actually players in here doing pitch tracking, and you actually can't broadcast in here for varsity for that reason. So it's just not big enough. But with a new booth, I think the goal is it can be big enough to have some statisticians or pitch trackers in the booth along with the TamTV crew.
That'll be great. Yeah, I'm excited. Excited for the new luxurious booth with our intercom to the snack shack for
yeah, I think we should get like our own bathroom in there.
I mean, we're talking luxury recliners.
Yeah, we're gonna get recliners.
Looks like Terra Linda's got a new pitcher, number 3, who was at first base before, is coming in to pitch for the 3rd pitcher of the game for Terra Linda. Yeah, that's great news. I'm excited for our new home. We'll see when it's going to happen.
Yeah, it could happen soon. Schedule's still being worked out, but I wouldn't be surprised if things started moving over spring break. I know there was some discussion about that. Nice week off for TAM baseball to get things done around here.
That'll be great. We're gonna have to. Is the booth gonna have a sponsorship or a name or both?
Yeah, I don't know if we could sell a sponsorship for the booth.
We don't. Who said about selling?
Oh, yes.
That's got to be official.
Yeah. Well, no.
The 2 a.m. club. We'll call it the 4 p.m. club.
Yeah. You know what? I think we're gonna name it. Let's do that.
We'll just name it.
If you're watching, send us in your suggestions for the name of the new booth.
Well, we need our on location 3rd booth mate, Dan Murray, to help us come up with that name when he's back in the booth, hopefully soon with us. First 2 pitches to Sean Miller are going to be high for balls, so it's 2-0 count to Sean. This pitch is called strike. Pitcher's got a little bit more heat on the ball than those last 2 guys.
Yeah, we need a good name for the blue booth. It's kind of the blue booth, kind of like Bluetooth.
Yeah, the blue booth.
Blue booth is not a good name.
Sean hits a high fly ball to right field. The right fielder's under it, makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, I mean that's Sean with a 3-0 count saying, "Come on, I'm not walking. Let me take a shot at something here."
Next up for the Hawks is Aiden Kirkley. He's 1 for 1 on the day with a walk and a hit. Still 10-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. I don't know what the mercy rule is. I think it's 5, so we're probably...
I think it's 10 after 5.
Yeah. So the Hawks would like to get 1 or 2 more here just to keep that in play. First pitch to Aiden was a curveball called strike 1.
Yeah, we got a new pitcher on the hill.
Yep.
Terra Linda.
This pitch was low, ball, 1-1 count, 1 out. But yeah, another run or 2 would make it so we could, get this over in 5. We don't want to. I guess we could extend the game is fine as well, but nice to be done. We're back here tomorrow. It's outside, ball 1. Tomorrow's game is at 2. Is that right?
That sounds about right. Let's check our official calendar. Oh, we got a couple more viewers tuning in.
Oh, great.
Good to see you.
No comments yet, though?
Thanks for joining. No comments yet. Not pretty quiet viewers. Yeah, 2 o'clock tomorrow. against Terra Linda, a rare back-to-back home game against the same team.
Yeah. And then another one next week against Terra Linda. 1-2-2 count to Aiden. Laid off that pitch. Look, a curveball in the dirt. Makes it a full count, 3-2. We got one out. Hits foul. I think it's headed into the tennis courts.
Yeah, it's over near my car. Well, we have nice solar panels now in that parking lot.
They do. They're protected. I think we need those in the baseball parking lot as
right?
well. So it's a 3-2 count, still one out. Aiden sets back in. That's high over his head. He ducks out of the way, and that's going to be a walk. First at bat of the game, Ryan Bindeman. He has been, hasn't had a ton of chances this year, but he has racking up the hits so far. He's got 5 hits in 13 at bats.
Attaboy, Ryan.
Good job. Yeah, he's been swinging the bat well when he's getting his chances, taking advantage of the opportunities, which is great to see. First pitch to Ryan is, I was going to say high inside for ball 1, but it's actually called strike 1. It looked like it was inside. I imagine with the varsity is going to like having, if they're doing pitch tracker and other things, being a little bit more even behind the catcher to get the velocity and everything else. That was a hit by pitch, so Ryan's going to head down to first base, and now we have runners at first and second. Now batting for the Hawks for Kenjo is going to be George Graham, number 9. And he ducks out of the way, drops his bat. That was a great job dropping his bat. We saw that last game where Finn Sharples had a ball that he ducked out of the way of, didn't drop the bat, and the bat ended up hitting the ball, and the ball rolled fair, and he was out at first.
That's right.
But George did a good job getting out of the way and dropping his bat. Getting his head out of the way, most importantly. Mm-hmm. Second most important is getting the bat out of the way. But it's 2-0 count now to George with 2 on, 1 out. That was a little wiggle from the pitcher there with his foot.
Yeah, he's got an interesting leg motion. He picks up that front leg, wiggles his foot around a little bit.
Does he do it every time?
Yeah, every time.
Yeah, interesting. Swing, and George line drive left field. Aiden had to freeze a little bit because he wasn't sure if he was going to get it. He's going to not score, so we're going to have runners. We're going to have bases loaded for the top of the order. That was a nice hit by George. Nice piece of hitting.
Yeah, nice liner out to left. That feels good. Coming off the bench, pinch hitting for somebody, getting the ball in play.
So we got Henry Bennett. Hank Murray, our leadoff hitter, who's 2 for 3 today, coming to the plate with bases loaded and 1 out. Looking to put a little some extra runs on the board as we head to the 5th. First pitch is high, ball 1.
So the other capital improvement we did lately is we've got a new third base cam installed. Here's a little shot from our third base cam.
I like that.
Yeah.
I do like the side view. Next pitch, Hank hits it to right field. Right fielder over, hits his glove and bounces out. That's going to score at least 1. Ryan's going to hold up at third base. Looked like he had the ball. Just couldn't squeeze it.
That popped out. Yeah, that hurts. You got bases loaded, 1 out. As a fielder, you want to make that catch.
Yep.
Stings a bit when you miss it.
He would have scored the run either way. Would have scored the run probably either way. But it looks like Ever is coming in to hit for himself, actually. Because Dylan was DHing for him earlier. So he's getting his first at bat of the game. I'm not quite sure how to make that change. Working on game changer here. Figure it out. There we go. So first 2 pitches, 2-0 count. I think that first pitch was a ball. I don't remember.
Yes.
It was.
I've got 1-1.
You got 1-1?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
sorry. The first pitch was a strike.
The strike, okay. Call strike, ball. Got a 1-1 count, 1 out. Pitch is called strike. 1-2.
Seems like he's calling that outside pitch. He called the same one on George, and we've seen it earlier today. I think maybe part of that's how much these guys crowd the plate. Calls the outside pitch on him.
Swing and a miss by Ever. That's going to be out number 2.
That's tough. He calls a strike on an outside pitch, and now he's got to take a hack at that one, which was a similar pitch.
And not much you can do with it. You got to drive that to right field, which can be difficult to do.
Yeah, might have been a ball.
Batting for the Hawks now is Finn Sharples with bases loaded, 2 outs. It's great to see Finn in the game. And also great to see him in center field. He's one of our crew of fast outfielders. Covers a lot of ground, has a great glove out there in center field. First pitch was a ball to Finn through the legs of the catcher. But the Hawks are not running at this point with an 11-0 lead in the 4th. Finn steps back in there. Finn likes to swing the bat, so hopefully he's going to take a hack at a pitch here, put the ball in play, and make some stuff happen.
Yeah, Finn goes up there looking for a hit every time.
He does. Pitch outside and ball 1.
But good patience. You got to have patience as well. You can't, Sometimes sometimes swinging something up with the letters. If 3-0 and you got an 11-run lead, go for it. But don't go fishing more than that.
High ball. It's 3-0 count to Finn. Assume that Finn has the green light here.
Yeah, I gave George a hard time earlier in the season at one game where he swung at a high pitch, drove it to the outfield and for a catch. And so what are you swinging at that for? It was a similar situation. He's like, Dad, come on. It's like 10-0. I want to get a hit. I don't want to walk.
That's fair.
Yeah, I was like,
fair.
Okay, fair enough. Just don't make a bad habit out of it.
As long as you know.
Yeah.
As long as you know what you did.
That's right.
Stepping in the box now for the Hawks is Levi Burrows, who last time at bat got hit in the elbow. So he's had 1 at bat so far, and he made it to first base. It's 12-0 Hawks. First pitch. Levi check swings and holds for ball 1. See a bases emptying single right now. I'm not a big fan. I mean, I do like walks, but I'm not a big fan of getting a lot of runs off walks.
Yeah.
Especially with a 12-0 lead. But it's hard, as you were saying with George, it's hard to sometimes turn it on and off of swinging at good and bad pitches.
Yeah, it's if you know what you're doing, maybe you can, but you don't want to find yourself doing it in a situation where you shouldn't.
It's popped foul. The first baseman makes the grab. Nice play. The first baseman and third baseman looked like they might collide. He caught the ball. I think it might have hit him in the head after he caught it, or his glove hit himself in the head after he caught it, but he makes a nice grab for the 3rd out. And that means we're heading to the top of the 5th inning. Due up for the visiting Trojans is going to be Hammond, Behringer, and Koshikawa.
Looks like we got some changes in the field. George Graham checks in at third base. And we've got, I guess Sean's been at right.
Yep.
And
Everything else, I think, is the same as last inning. I think George is our only new addition, but
Finn's going to go to center. Was he in center last time?
He entered the game in center last time. So
gotcha.
we got in the outfield right now. We got Burrows, Sharples, Miller, and in the infield we have from left to right we have Graham, Murray, Bindeman, Boston, and in the squat, Ever is coming back out in a second. So it's a 12-0 lead for the Hawks, top of the 5th. So if they can get 3 outs before giving up 3 runs, then this is going to likely be the end of the game for today's game. Been a quick hour and 15 minutes so far. Be nice to get home and enjoy Friday night. get some dinner, some food.
Yeah, we, the Graham family, Lynn and I, we've been watching Severance lately. Have you checked that out yet?
Oh, I have. First pitch from Aiden is ball 1. Are you watching the new season or the first season?
We just started the second season.
Okay.
Finished the first one, and we're like, oh my God, come on. Lynn was getting ready to turn it off midway through the first season, and I was like, come on, you can just be patient with me. And then by the time it ended, she was fully on board.
Yeah, Lindsay and I watched the first season. I was swinging a miss for strike 1. Watched the first season, really, really enjoyed it. It did get hard to kind of slow starting, but then it got really good. And then we tuned in for season 2, and it had been so long since season 1 that we were just really confused.
Yeah.
So I think the way you guys did it is the back-to-back, helps with the continuity of season 1 to season 2. The ground ball to George at third, picks it up, throws to first, in time for out number 1.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when we got to the second season. I was like, whoa, if I had to wait like a year between these two, I wouldn't know what's going on.
It might have been a year and a half. It was a while. And so we started watching season 2, and we watched maybe 2 episodes, and then we haven't picked it back up. We'll get back into it, but we were just confused. First pitch called strike.
I really like the slow build that they do. It reminds me of a different era, when films moved slower.
Yeah.
Like 2001: A Space Odyssey. That is a slow-moving film. All those old Stanley Kubrick movies. You got to be patient.
Kind of peeling back the onions of like the story, and kind of slowly peeling back the layers of the onion. I guess not peeling back the onion.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a called strike for out number 2.
That's a great pitch.
2 outs. So coming up to the plate is Koshikawa for Terra. We got 2 outs, still 12-0 in the top of the 5th. First pitch fouled, swing and a miss. Yeah, it definitely is a slow building.
Well, I've watched some older films with my sons, and they might be great films, but they're too impatient. Films and cinema these days move so fast, and they have to keep moving. And so it's a bit of a lost art. So I kind of really enjoyed and appreciated how slowly everything built.
Low ball 2, 2-1 count. Pitches in there, swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 strike away from, I think, the game being over. So ground ball to a line drive to Boston. If short makes the grab, and that's going to be it for the Hawks today. And that's going to be a 12-0 complete game for Aiden Kirkley.
Well, I think we could now say it. It's a complete perfect game for Aiden, right? He had no walks, no errors, and no hits in 5 innings. That's really impressive. Boy.
I don't know if you picked up on that earlier when you mentioned I kind of didn't want to say it, but
of course, I picked up on it when I said, oh, wait a minute, we're in the third, and he's only faced the 7th batter.
Yeah, so we faced 5 innings pitched, 15 batters faced, which is the minimum, 56 pitches, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks with 5 Ks is a good line. So that was a nice game by the Hawks there.
Yeah, hats off to Aiden. Great job. And hats off to his teammates for playing solid, error-free defense. I got a little nervous with 1 out in the 5th when they hit a grounder to George, who just came off the bench. I was like, oh, no, don't blow the perfect game. And he didn't.
He didn't. He picked it up and threw it to first and got the out. And, yeah, as you said, you don't throw – no pitcher – or it's not true. So maybe some pitchers do it on their own with striking out everyone, but – today, certainly not. There's a lot of great plays by the Hawks. Hank made a number of great plays at short. Kenjo made a number of great plays. The outfielders did their job. Everyone did their job.
Well, it's like we were saying earlier about trusting your defense, right? If your defense is strong and you could trust them, it actually helps you relax a little bit and settle in as a pitcher. And I'm sure that wasn't lost on Aiden out there. Just knowing that if anything gets in play, his teammates have his back.
Absolutely. And that's going to do it for the broadcast today. I think we're back out here, like I said, tomorrow. Are you available?
I'm available.
I'm available as well.
I'll be here. Let's see if Dan Murray shows up.
It's a shout out to Dan. Come join us in the booth tomorrow. Hopefully he'll be here, and we'll enjoy another game of Hawks baseball. The JV's kind of rounded in shape, looking good today. Like I said, it was a good win for the Hawks, 12-0. I think Tommy's going to be excited about this one, the way they played. Complete game, hit the ball, pitched, fielded, kind of all good baseball.
Yeah, solid all around for the Hawks. Well, on behalf of Jason and myself and the entire TamTV crew, I want to thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.